I want you to listen to this.
Comes after.
And then they're kicking students out that like write articles they don't like.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Isn't a university supposed to be a place where someone's allowed to express themselves
Right.
and have
Non-violently?
opinions? Yeah. They're writing something down and they're not calling for violence
Right.
either. And they're getting challenged. And that's supposed to be how it happens. You get challenged, smarter people have better arguments, or your argument stands.
Right, discourse.
Yes.
It's supposed to be a place for discourse.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And you're deporting people because you don't like who they're
Right.
criticizing? Like, that gets kind of shifty.
Mark, this remains interesting. I mean, Rogan has not been a Trump disciple for years by any means. He used to support Bernie Sanders, but he did back Trump this time around, this past election. And now this is the second time he's really broken with him in just a matter of weeks. The Epstein matter, and this one on foreign students.
Yeah, it's actually the third time because he had a riff on how, if you're taunting immigrants who are not criminals, who are being deported and separated from their kids and sent to a prison somewhere else, you're not a good person. You're a cruel person. I mean, I have been kind of impressed by his ability to communicate in ways that really no one else has. I mean, he's been a very plain-spoken critic, very conversational, as you hear. It just does it in a very, this isn't what we're about kind of way. And it does make people rethink exactly, why so many young people voted for Donald Trump last time, which he's totally cratering support in. So I think he's been someone I've watched much more closely than I usually have.
Let's get your take on Rogan, and it can't be said enough just how hugely influential he is.
Yeah, I mean, Rogan has 80 million, somewhere around 80 million at the top listeners. I mean, humongous numbers. You cannot, he is, and this I think is the real question and the calculus that I'm wondering when I watch him is he actually at this point bigger than Trump? Right? I mean, this is the question. He got these voters out, the ones and twos, the low frequency voters out by going on these podcasts. But part of the calculus was that Rogan really he goes to everyone's phones, right? He's on YouTube, he's podcast, he's also clipped everywhere. So I do think he has humongous power. I mean, he is the sort of mainstream media of old. I mean, these are numbers like almost third of the country is listening to some amount of these clips. And I think you cannot understate what a big deal that is. He's also just I think he's savvy in a way that reads as sort of more mainstream and easy to understand. And so he's able to sort of transmit two ideas at once.
Why do you think Trump, pro-Israel are worried about these podcasters? One, it's clear that Trump and most of the pro-Israel are worried about Joe Rogan and other podcasters like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson being critical of Israel and U.S. government on its effort to support genocide. It's not accidental. They are worried because it's created another movement that they're not used to, where these podcasters are open and ready to share the truth and what they believe in without caring whether you support the government or not. And their influence is so big. You consider someone like Candace Owens, Joe Rogan, Theo. These people almost have a third or almost a half of American following them or watching their content. And their influence is very high. And we understand that mainstream media is dying. And this is where the problem is. They are worried that these people who listen to them are young people. And the young people are not ready to buy pro-Israel lies and American foreign policy lies. This becomes a problem because it's very hard now to sell propaganda and to lie to the public. Majority of Americans don't care whether you fight or you don't fight, because to them, rent, healthcare is important than fighting our neighbors when you don't need to. This brings a very difficult scenario for American democracy, which has survived. And I have said so many times that democracy only exists when the electorate or voters are ignorant. Now, the voters are becoming smart, so it becomes hard to govern. And this is why you are seeing American government turn to a fascist government or where President Trump is ignoring some basic human rights like First Amendment. It's not accidental. He knows things are becoming tough. And I feel like now they are worried that the influence of podcasters is becoming so big and they cannot control it. And this is why they are worried about Joe Rogan yesterday attacking Donald Trump. And another day he was attacking Israel government for committing genocide. It's not accidental. It's here in ourselves now, and we can see it. Do you agree that the media and the government is worried about these podcasters telling us the truth and controlling the narrative, which they have been doing for a very long time? And now their power as mainstream media is going to these podcasters who are not ready to sell government lies and propaganda. Let me know in the comment section. I'm your host, James.